Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Timothy here with JankDiverTim, and today we're going to do a draft. I'm going to do a Cons of Tarkir draft, and part of the reason I want to do this is I want to show it some love. There's been some naysayers out there talking trash about Cons of Tarkir, and I have played maybe a good 20 or 30 matches since it's been up. Probably going away soon, and I just want to do it justice. The second reason is I think I'm like, where do you find it? I think I'm like 2 rares away from, yeah, I'm 2 rares away from being rare complete for the set, and I figured why not just finish that up while we're here. Cons is a great set. It has its faults. People have pointed out its faults. It's still an all-timer. I don't particularly care what people say about it. I've really loved this set the first time it came around, and I think for all of its faults, it still holds up as its own individual thing. Before we jump into this, I am going to do best of 3. That's just the way I enjoy playing Magic the most, and the way I enjoy playing Draft the most. Before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe to this channel, share a video, like, comment, whatever. Do anything that you feel like you have to do to support our community, and remember, we are a cube-related community. I still have not found a good time to record cube videos due to the times that they happen in our community, but if you want to come get in on cubing through Arena, completely free to do so. Might cost you a couple wild cards, but outside of that, come hang out with some like-minded people. Join our Discord. There will be links down below. Let's go ahead and show Cons of Tarkir some love. Might take a minute to actually get in. It has not been popular, I will say that much, and that's fine. It's a flashback set from 10 years ago. I don't expect it to be super popular, but I will spare you me talking for the next 3 to 4 minutes and see you when the pot fires off. All right, that was a pretty long wait for me, but not for you. Cons of Tarkir. What is my approach to this format? Well, I like taking very strong monocolored cards, which I'm going to do with Heart Piercer here, Mardu Heart Piercer, and I like taking lands. I do not like starting with 3-color cards if I can avoid it, unless it's a super powerful bomb, or the packs are just weak, and sometimes the packs break weak. You'll see in this pack alone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 completely unplayable cards, and then like another 3 very niche, like not very good cards. Polluted Delta, the fetch lands, not great. They're fine. You'll play them. They're a lot better if you have delve cards, but they are in the color pairs that you don't necessarily want to start in, like blue-black. Just the blue-black might as well just be Sultai. It's the only color pair that involves blue-black, but I get to take a Mardu Heart Piercer as a first pick, which is nice. See, okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The power level on Ivory, Tusk Fortress, and Mardu Rough Rider, despite them being good cards, are not cards I want to start a draft out with, unless they're just the best card in the pack and nothing else is that good. Because, well, they put you in 3 colors, and I like to avoid that if I can. Now, High Spire Mantis, however, in 2 colors, the 2-color cards give you a little bit more flexibility. If I take this, it's a red-white card. Assuming I'm red-white, I can move into Jeskai, or I can move into Mardu, whichever's open. I could also just take a Mardu Warshrieker and stay completely open, which gives me outs for Teamer, though Warshrieker is not at its best in Teamer. The awkward thing about taking the High Spire Mantis is that I'm going to pass a Mardu Rough Rider, and I have no guarantees that the people at my table will not necessarily see this as a signal that Mardu's open. Blue-black does not help, but I'll take the High Spire Mantis. 2 4-drops, not exactly where I want to start. Ooh, okay, there's a gold card that I will take happily. Plus, I could be Jeskai here. Sage of the Inward Eye, 5 mana, 3/4 flyer. When you cast a non-creature spell, which includes like your dumb banners and whatever else you're casting, all of your creatures get lifelink. Now, I don't like the idea of starting off with a bunch of 4s and a 5, but I do think this one's above the bar. I think Jeskai is underdrafted, and I like the card. This is a card that can completely swing a game around on your opponents. What else is in the pack? This is the best pack we've seen so far. Nightblade's okay, but that would basically put me in 3 colors anyway. Jeskai Wind Scout, would hope to wheel that one, given that I'm moving into Jeskai. Tormented Voice, also fine. Blue-white land, obviously great. And Disdainful Stroke, fine. The only people who are still drafting Cons are people who know that you have to take Mana Fix in highly, so I found it really hard to wheel lands. But we'll see what happens. It just means we have to take them fairly highly. Now, that being said, this card, as good as it is, I'm not going to let it completely derail me. But I am passing another Mardu card, so I don't necessarily want to fight over Mardu. I will be fighting over white and red, but that's okay. I am going to take a Mardu Horde Chief here. This card is fine. A 3-mana 2/3 vanilla is good in this format because it blocks morphs, and morphs are a huge player. But if you get the 1/1 off of it, it's just great. Scoured Barons here to go with the Mardu Drafter. Another Wind Scout. Active Treason, unplayable. Scaldkin, fine. I would hope not to have to play that as another 4-drop. And then Killshot's actually pretty good. Dragon Grip can be good, but it's more of a teamer card. I'm going to take Horde Chief, though. The all Mardu Rough Riders, okay? I do like a Cripple and Chill. Again, red-black and blue-black do not help me very much. I could take the red-black land. I am content to, like, ship Mardu to the left here and just let everybody to the left fight over the black cards and the white-black fixin' and stuff like that, and hopefully get, like, the good blue cards, the blue-red cards. That being said, I am going to take Cripple and Chill. This is just a card I enjoy playing with. It is a non-creature spell. We'll want some amount of those for the Sage of the Inward Eye. And this is the type of pack that's at the power level where I'd like to pick up a land in that pack, but no such luck. Here, Sultai Flayer is a good card. And I could keep my eye out for Teamer, though that'd be dropping all of my white cards. I could just take a Jeskai Wind Scout as well. No 2-drops yet. When I'm drafting cons, the 3 things I'm really trying to balance, which I have none of yet, I want removal, I want mana fixin', particularly the dual lands, and I want good 2-drops. And you don't get a lot of any of those. Sultai Flayer really good, though. I will take Wind Scout. We'll stick to the plan. And here, Timely Horde Mate's pretty good. I don't have any 2s yet, though. It's a little problematic. It's the best card in the pack by a lot. Killshot's good. Jeskai Wind Scout good. Cancel, I am not a cancel believer. I also hate Gurmag Swiftwing, and then the rest of the pack is unplayable. I would play a Jeskai banner currently. I don't like the banners, but I will often play the banners, especially since you can see, like, we're not even getting opportunities to take fixin'. Like here, I could take the banner, but I assume I'm going to get a banner for free, and I never want more than one, so I'm going to take the Jeskai Charm, partly for signaling purposes. Jeskai Charm's actually quite good at wrapping up a game. Here, most of the unplayables came back. Suppose I will take the 0/5 over a banner that doesn't do anything. This is not a Trumpet Blast deck. Trumpet Blast is basically a Mardu go wide card. Sure. Barrage of Boulder sucks. War Behemoth sucks. Like, those are just not very good cards. The blue-black land could open up a splash here. But you can see, I mean, how many lands did we see? How many packs with lands did we see? Not very many. Disdainful Stroke, I don't mind it. It is best of 3. Disdainful Stroke can be good, but I'll just take another Wind Scout. And yeah, we've got good card quality here, besides Bloodfire Mentor. These 2 cards on the right, I'm really hoping not to play. Dragon Grip doesn't look like it's going to be that good. The problem with Dragon Grip is I'm going to take it because I really hope... Well, actually, I'll take Active Treason. I hope not to play Active Treason either. I don't even know why this is in the set. And the new art's not doing justice to anything either, but the problem with Dragon Grip is you have to already have a 4-power creature on board for it to matter, and you can't do the thing like get my prowess creature up to 4 with the Dragon Grip to flash it in. So I would say I found a lane. I had exactly 1 opportunity to take a mana fixer in my colors, which is just how things go these days. Molten Snakeskin, never. Dang, no land in the opening pack is bad. So there's an Utter End here. That's a fine removal spell, but not something I have to splash for. I do have the Dismal Backwaters, but that's going to be okay if I let that one go. There's an Ifrit Weapon Master. One of the better morphs in this set. Gives me a good 3-drop. There's also Cripple and Chill, and I do love Force Away. Force Away is, if I'm not going to get early plays, I do want some Force Aways to kind of keep my opponent off of their early plays. Plus, if I get a Treasure Cruise or, get past a Dig Through Time or something, Force Away is just an easy card to get into your graveyard. Sometimes gives you another card. I am going to take the Weapon Master here, though. Ooh, Winter Flame's a nice one. So, again, if I'm not going to get early 2-drop plays, things that deal with my opponent's morph, perfectly fine. Singing Bell Strike's an interesting card. People will tell you this card is terrible, and it's not very good, but if you can tempo your opponent out card them, or you have a very proactive deck, it gets so much better, right? When they can't leverage using 6 mana to just untap one of their creatures, you get to outpace them in the early game, deal a bunch of damage, and just swing around their creatures. They just can't afford to untap their creature at a certain point. But I'm going to take Winterflame. Crackling Doom. And we are being given 0 opportunities to take an on-color land here, which is bad. That's bad news for us, which means I should be looking at 2 colors here if possible, but I've already taken quite a few gold cards. I have 2 straight-up Jeskai cards. This one's a morph, and I have 0 fixin'. I'm going to take... I could take Singing Bellstrike here. I am going to take the high upside Water Whirl. 6 mana, bounce 2 creatures. This can be a bit of a game ender. Here's a 2-drop. Probably have to take that one. It is a aggressively mediocre 2-drop, but it is okay. Don't hate that one. Other cards in the pack. I don't mind Water Whirl Adept in certain versions of decks. I like this better when you have Ferocious cards that matter, because your opponent just can't knock you off Ferocious. I don't care much for Riverwheel Aerialist. It is okay. Like, if you resolve this card, it's going to have a real effect on the game, but a lot of your morphs end up being your late game threat, so you just don't need it. Adding a 2-drop to the deck is quite nice, though. I do have 2 raid creatures, 3 raid creatures actually, one of which is a Horde Mate that needs some 2-drops, so we'll have to prioritize 2-drops pretty highly. Removal, we've got a little bit of removal. We have Heart Piercer, we picked up a Water Whirl, we have a Winter Flame and a Jeskai Charm. Cripple and Chill can buy time. Active Treason, again, I'm hoping not to have to play Active Treason. There is no... Oh, there we go. There we go. Good pack, too. So, the Tri-Land, the best fixin' we could ask for. Come in 5th pick, too. That's a good sign. Might just mean that the lands are a little bit dry on mana fixin' in these colors. But a Tri-Land, once you get one of these, you feel so much better. And obviously, we're going to pick up more lands here, but... pack's a little dinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 card comes back. If it's any of the Jeskai cards, I'll be happy, but it's probably going to be like Feed the Clan. Stoked about that pickup here. Man, Horde Mate's such a good card, but I only have 1 2-drop. Could just take another Cripple and Chill. But that's another 3-drop. Don't have a Treasure Cruise. I think I'm just going to pick up the Horde Mate, and we'll see if we can fill out the deck with a couple more 2s. Here's a 2. Not a good one. Again, not a premium 2. There are not a lot of premium 2s in the format. But anything I can play on 2, I'm happy with. I'm not a Goblin Slide believer. 1/1s are just so incidental in this format that I just don't care about this card. It takes so much setup, and then you have to sink more mana into it. I don't mind Blinding Spray. Nobody ever plays around it, but it's not a high priority either. And here's another dinky 2. I could take... Weeping Master is just a better Wetland Sandbar. I would not mind that Tormented Voice either. Raider Spoils in the pack, huh? Back to our opening pack. I'm going to go ahead and take this Mardu banner. I just don't see a world where I play Trumpet Blast, and I might need this as just like a red-white fixer, which I'd be a little sad if I had to play the Mardu banner. Sure, Bloodfire Expert. Deck's looking okay, but just okay. I mean, I could have moved into Mardu at some point. I think I've got a fine deck here. It's just a matter of, am I going to be able to cast my spells? And right now, the answer looks like no, which is not a good place to be. I also only have 1 morph, which is interesting. Normally, you have a decent handful of morphs. You don't need to overload on them, but I do have probably the best common one for my colors here. Pack 3, I'll be looking for... Okay, I will happily take Singing Bellstrike, actually. And I am just straight up 3 colors. There is no, like, focusing on 2 colors here. Teamer Banner is basically the same problem as Mardu Banner, which is in the I hope I don't have to play this camp. My 5 and 6s got swapped around. Okay, Cripple and Chill on the wheel is nice. I guess that was the pack that I said 1 card was going to come back, and 2 cards came back. So I just can't count. That's okay. Counting's overrated. Not playing you. Get out of here. Alright, Trap Essence. Ooh, there's a good 2. There's a land as well. So, put me to the test. Jeskai Elder is a fantastic 2-drop. Like an ideal 2-drop. You just get to attack into anything, you loot, but there's also blue-red land. And I think I have to just put my money where my mouth is. I'm 4 playable short of a real deck here. But I'm just not going to get Fixin' if I don't take Fixin' when I see it. So I'm going to take it and then hopefully wheel Jeskai Elder. There's nothing else to wheel here. I mean, War Shrieker would be fine, but I don't think War Shrieker's coming back. Basically, if I don't take my lands when I see them in this pack, I can't expect to get them back. Ooh. Now this is a pack. Ride Down's really good. The more aggressive you are, the more powerful this card is. And it looks fine here. I am just going to take Feat of Resistance. My old mantra when I was playing cons back in 2014 was never pass Feat of Resistance. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to listen to my own advice. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that could come back. Ride Down might come back. I don't think it will because there's got to be a bunch of Mardu drafters at this table. Horde Chief will not come back, but Cripple and Chill, Mystic of Hidden Way, Ride Down. Those could all come back. All right, blue-white land, happy to take that over just a mediocre 2-drop. I got 3 2-drops. That's not a bad place to be, but feel a lot better about the mana situation. So now Singing Bellstrike versus 2-drop. The Bellstrikes are interesting to me. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a Bellstrike. Take that over a Mardu Horde Chief. Another 2-drop is interesting because I have a timely Horde mate, but Jeskai students just aren't where it's at. It's just not what's up. And I guess Black-White Warriors was open in my seat. Ooh, I'll take Ride Down here. There's a Mardu Horde Chief too. Wow. Black-White Warriors is just super open in my seat somehow. There's a Jeskai banner. I don't want to play a banner. I really don't. I have 3 lands. It's not a bad place to be. Ride Down. The problem with Ride Down is if you end up behind, it just does nothing on defense. But it is the most powerful card here. Maybe Horde Chief's better, but I do love Ride Down. Winter Flame, nice. That's beautiful. Winter Flame's such a good card. A reward for being Jeskai. But you could play this in Teamer, obviously, but it's even better in Jeskai because you usually get prowess triggers and a couple spell matters cards like your Sage of the Inward Eye. So this kind of came together here at the end. I have 2 more picks to possibly take a mana fixer. I think I would play a Jeskai banner, as loath as I am to do that. And yeah, we've got some removal. Oh, hey, Force Away. I love it. Altar of the Brood. Basically, like, none of the artifacts in this format are playable, except for, like, Ghostfire Blade. Maybe there's one other one, but this card just don't ever put in your deck. Swift Kick is so bad. Read this card. Look how bad it is. It's 4 mana. Torment and Voice as well, but I love Force Away. Another High Spire Mantis. Could also take a Weave Fate. High Spire Mantis is a good threat, but Weave Fate draws cards? I don't have any card draw right now. Dang, I've only got 10 seconds. I should probably make a decision. I think I'm going to take a card draw spell. War Shrieker. War Shrieker's okay, but I could also take a rare. Could also just put a rare gems. I think War Shrieker is mediocre enough. And part of the reason I say that... Yeah, we got some of the worst cards back. Part of the reason War Shrieker's not great here is I can't cast a Jeskai Wind Scout off of it. I can't cast a Winter Flame off of it. I have 2 Crippling Chills. I'll take Mystic of the Hidden Way. We'll grab a cancel for the sideboard. And you notice that that dual land that we passed up didn't come back. The Jeskai banner didn't even come back. I think I saw 2 Jeskai banners this draft, and neither of them came back. I could... Yeah, it looks like I'm going to skew blue-white, splash in red. But I don't think I'm cutting these Leaping Masters. Tormented Voice, not bad. Tormented Voice is... I think this was actually the first set where Tormented Voice was printed, and now we have so many upgraded versions. In fact, Murders at Karlov Manor, which comes out in about a month, has, like, the upgraded version of the upgrade. First things first, you very often play 18 lands in this format. My question is, do I want 18 lands in this deck? And the reason you play 18 more often than not is because you have morphs. So you just always end up with places to sink your mana. And I don't really have a lot of morphs. I have 2. And I have 1 card draw spell. But I've got some 5-drops, a 6-drop. I'm going to cut some of these 2-drops, actually, I think. And if I go up to 18 lands, I'm actually playing... I have to cut 6 cards. I have to cut 6 cards. All right, Tormented Voice out. So I could go, like, very minimal red. Or at least... I mean, this isn't minimal red. It's still a lot of red, but... Leaping Master... That leaves me with only 2/2-drops. Jeskai students are worse than Leaping Masters most of the time. Could cut a Timely Horde Mate. That card's not likely to be good in my deck. Could always cut Whirlwind Adept too. It's not a super powerful card. I don't have any ferocious stuff to make it really good, and we can board it in against people doing big things. Crippling Chill's okay. I guess Crippling Chills are a little worse than Winter Flames, so I could probably ditch one of those. Ditch a Singing Bell Strike, and in fact, is the other cut just the second Singing Bell Strike? Like I said, I ended up with Chills, Winter Flames, I've got a Jeskai Charm, I've got a Mardu Heart Piercer, I've got a Water Whirl. Okay. I think we'll do that. And yeah, I mean, my mana's not good. It's what, 7/7/7 here? Yeah, the dreaded 7/7/7 mana base. Not good. I could cut a 2-drop for another land, honestly. But I am a little worried that I don't have that many mana sinks in the first place. I could cut a 2-drop for a Tormenting Voice. The thing is, you don't want to draw... You want to draw a 2-drop on turn 2, but you don't then want to draw a million other 2-drops. I think I'm going to do this, and part of the reason is Tormenting Voice does help with Flood. Helps me find my lands if I can't cast my spells, and helps me prevent flooding out too, which I don't have a ton of mana sinks here, so I think I like a Tormenting Voice. And we'll fire it off. See if we get an opponent here. We had to wait quite a while for the pod to fire, but maybe that means I'm playing in pod. Who knows? I didn't pick up on it, but it seemed like moving into Mardu would have worked out. Black-White Warriors was very open in my seat. Got a Raider Spoils, got a Chief of the Edge passed to me. I will play first, and hey, we get to keep a hand. A little awkward that I can't actually cast my spells. I have all colors of mana, but I don't have blue and red. So, I mean, we need to... I don't think I mulligan this on the play. I definitely wouldn't mulligan it on the draw. But it really only needs to draw a 3-drop by turn 3 to be good. We're against Useless. You know what? I think you're useful. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Flooded Strand. Again, fetches are not super powerful. Like, a blue-white fetch land is usually worse than the blue-white tap land that gains a life, but they do put cards in your graveyard. Alright, and we did draw a Morph. See if my opponent has a 2. Green-white, so Abzan. Highland Game. Alright, and now, yep, we'll just go Morph Pass. So Highland Game, 2 mana, 2/1. When it dies, gain 2 life. I feel like my audio is really loud. Maybe that's just on my end. Alright, Bant. You know, Khan's Tarkir, Shard, Bant. The very first draft I did when this came to Arena, I ended up in a Bant deck somehow. I'm not sure how, but I did. I will take that every time. Alright, that would be better if I had a 2-drop to get back. So I could Winter Flame here, I could attack and ride down. Winter Flame's a better use of my mana. Could also just flip up and take 3. Just gonna present the attack. Probably don't block. And then I can Winter Flame on their turn. Tap, kill. Assuming this is something that dies to Winter Flame. It might not. It could be an X4 or something. Okay. That's good, though. So now we're going to go tap 2, tap 2. It is a Sidisi's Pet. Hey, that's something that would have survived Winter Flame. So I'm not... Well, actually, you know what? I don't know how well my opponent knows the format, but you cannot block a Morph with no mana up. So I'm going to get that attack in. Play Sage. Hope Sage survives. And then if it does, every non-creature spell I cast gives all of my creatures lifelink. Let's see what happens to it, though. So yeah, if you are not familiar with Khans, there is kind of a design rule here that there's nothing you can pay less than 5 mana for. No Morph you can pay less than 5 mana for. That just eats your opponent's 2/2. So in that position, my opponent knows I'm on 5 mana, so I could actually flip my Morph into something. Alright, they did have the removal spell. That's okay. They had a Throttle, and they played black mana. Apparently they played black mana. Now we have Water Whirl up. Still the Timely Horde Mate looking pretty bad here, but I think I just run it out as a dude now. Trying to race my opponent. A 2-drop would have held this hand together quite well, but I have Water Whirl at the ready. Oh, another fetch land. I wonder if they were in my pot. I did open and pass a Bloated Delta. So they could be Sultai Splash in white, actually. Not Bant. Never block. Nope. You can have it. Even if that's a Woolly Loxodon, I don't feel too bad about it. I would take a bunch of damage. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I mean, I'm going to attack. And what are you doing? Nothing? I think I'm just going to keep up Water Whirl. Oh, sure. Yeah, they morphed it into a 1/5. That makes me feel like I don't necessarily need the Water Whirl then. So what I'm going to do now, I don't think I'm dying. Become Immense would be +6. That's still not lethal, so they would need, like, Become Immense plus something else to kill me. What I'm going to do here is play Leaping Master, end of their turn, flip up Mystic, and then I have 2... Well, I guess I have lethal on board. I mean, this is lethal. It is not lethal through blockers, though, because I can't Water World and Ride down. Okay, got a morph. See if they attack. All basics. Well, I guess they played fetches, huh? You got it. I'm not gonna block. That's fine. Take my 2. And passing or playing, passing or playing. This is just a 1/5 flyer, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and flip up my 3/2. 3/2 unblockable. Okay, they're going to do something end of turn. Kind of like a Murderous Cut or something. Cripple and Chill. Sure. They did that on their turn. Ooh, Heart Piercer. Huh. Okay, so if they don't block with the morph here, they die. Because I can ride down whatever this blocks, and then if they don't block, that's 5. I shoot them for 2. If they do block with the morph, that's okay as well. So I'm going to assume that they think they're not dying here, and attack with both and go for the ride down plus Heart Piercer play. If they do block, that's not even a disaster, right? Okay, cool. So I don't believe there's anything for 1 white that gets me. This should be 5 + 2. It was... Oh. Let's let the damage go through. Ride down. Super good. Usually good when you have big creatures. Shoot you for 2. Alright, so that worked out smoothly. Opponent didn't show us anything too threatening, though. You do have to reveal your morphs at the end of the game. It was a Dragon's Eye Savants. And they probably didn't have a blue card to flip it up. That's a good one to know about. If they tap out for a morph and they're still getting priority, it probably means they have this one. Yeah, I didn't really see much that's going to change the way I sideboard here. I don't think. I mean, Jeskai Students may be more interesting. Sidisi's Pet. They have some of the flip on 4 morphs. Whirlwind Adept could actually be pretty good. It punches through some of these Wallier things. Cripple and Chill also punches through. So does Bellstrike. I didn't feel like I needed to change too much there. All the evasive stuff seems okay. And again, the Horde Mate was pretty bad there. I think I cut 1 Horde Mate. I'll just bring in... Whirlwind Adept is pretty bad against just regular morphs, though. I'll bring Whirlwind Adept in. Just another punchy creature. And round 2 against Useless. That went pretty smoothly for us. Yeah, I mean... oh, they put me on the play? I hate that, actually. This is like the last format I remember where you could actually put your opponent on the play. They did take a mulligan, though, so they're losing their advantage on the draw. That being said, I don't have much going on here. And this is another hand that would be held together very well by a 2-drop, just for curve reasons, and also to make sure this Horde Mate's giving us value. Yes, damage yourself, yes. Or 5-drop. I guess I could just draw a 5-drop instead. Don't play a Highland game. I don't want to Winter Flame a Highland game. Or a Jeskai student. That'd be annoying too. It's a Kintree Warden. Okay, don't care about that one at all. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm actually just going to get my tap land down instead of holding up Winter Flame for that. So this one regenerates for 2 mana, which is going to be good against my Whirlwind Adept, but not too worried about that. Alright, I'm going to just Winter Flame now so they can't flip that into Sidisi's Pet to get me. And yeah, I lose the tap value, but sure. My hand has not particularly shaped up, that's for sure. It was Sidisi's Pet, so we would have gotten pretty punished by trying to wait till their turn. Ooh, nice. I mean, you got the mana, you got the mana. Take my 1. Feat of Resistance is great with this, but I'm going to go ahead and let this come through now. Take whatever hit they have, and then I feel like I just need to draw, like, some decent spells. Jeskai Charm would go a long way. Weave Fate. I mean, they can hold back Kintree Warden forever, but it does cost 2 mana to regenerate this. It's not free. I'm not blocking. See if you morph it. I mean, one of the worst things it could be is like a Glacial Stalker. What you got, opponent? Maybe I don't have enough 2-drops. Like, I have 3 2-drops in the deck currently. I either need to add the other 2-drop or drop the second Horde Mate, I'm sure. Parapet. Sure. Ooh. That kills the morph, assuming it's not another Sidisi's Pet. So I can attack. They probably regenerate. If something goes horribly wrong, I have Feat of Resistance. So if they just block with Parapet, that's okay too. So yeah, I'm trading the attack here for their mana, basically. They could regenerate all they want. So 2 mana, regenerate means the next time it dies, instead of dying, it just taps and removes damage from itself. But that does still give me my raid trigger, and I can shoot down their morph. And now I'm staring at an Archer's Parapet, just a couple walls. It was Glacial Stalker. Look at that. This card looks terrible, but it actually just plays very well in the format. 6 mana, what you got, opponent? You got a bunch of defensive creatures. Got another morph. I should not auto-pass with Feat of Resistance up. And yeah, they're holding down the fort, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm going to need to draw spells here. Granted, I'm not really under any pressure. I do not want to just run out my Feat of Resistance. So, just going to pass. They can Parapet me for 1. Or they could pass and not do anything. 3/6? Sure. Okay. Maybe I'm playing against a slightly novice player. Okay. Or, I mean, I could also just draw nothing. That is an option. So, attack with Adept here and just use my Feat of Resistance, I guess. They could also just straight up not block. Torment and Voice, Weave Fate are the cards I'm looking to draw. I don't really... because they could just not block here and then hit me back for 3. I'm gonna attack. Sure. So, trade Feat of Resistance for War Behemoth. Pro white. And I'm just gonna run this out at this point. lets me attack through what's currently on the board just to get a couple. Trail of Mystery. I love this card. They're out of morphs. Their deck makes a lot more sense now. 4-color morph. Yeah, okay. My opponent, I'm going to give them... I'm going to assume they're a little new because they're just sorcery speed using this parapet. Mystic of the Hidden Way is nice. And Trail of Mystery gives a creature +2/+2 when it flips face up, but they don't have any face down creatures. It would be something to watch out for. If they had a face down creature, I probably would attack into it this turn. So regenerate, deal 5. I'll just play this face up. Actually, you know what? I have the mana. Let's put the fear in them. 3/2 unblockable. Quite good against these two creatures. I should play my lands, actually. The bluff potential is not necessary, and when you have cards like Weave Fate in your deck, you want to be able to maximize your mana just in case you draw an expensive spell off of your draw spell. So I should be playing my land here. Or actually, you know what? I do have a Torment and Voice, though, so maybe I shouldn't be playing my land. The worst thing about this card is if you have 2 mana, you just get priority constantly. Yeah, this is not how you want to be using parapets. We Delvin? That's what I feel like my deck's really missing, is just a good Delve spell. There are no red and white ones, but Treasure Cruise, that would really hold the room together, wouldn't it? 3/2 unblockable. So even if they throttle something... Oh, Cripple and Chill. Yeah, let's just go for max damage here. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's just lethal if they don't have anything. Regenerate does nothing against Cripple and Chill. Sure. Let's go for the jams. Alright, good game. I didn't really get the vibe until that last game that my opponent was maybe on the newer side. Just using the parapet that way, but I say this every time. People have to start somewhere, right? People have to start somewhere. They've got to learn one way or another. And this is the type of thing that if I was playing in paper, you know, at an F&M, something low stakes, and my opponent did that, I'd be like, hey, hold on a minute. You can activate that at the end of my turn so you can still block. But we take those dubs. All right, I will play first. I like to play first in the dark. I mean, you can put your opponent on the draw. All right, love the 0 red land hand. I have 7 shots at red. I can't cast anything without it except a morph, but I do have a morph. Draws red, it's good. Doesn't draw red, probably quite bad. Embodiment. Embodiment of Spring is out. All right, Weave Fate is not the worst thing I can draw if I'm just going to draw blanks. So this can go fetch them up a basic. Sorcery speed again. This is where I wish I could get him with the haste creature, but we're against Bingus. All right, Teamer. We have drawn not a blank, but not a good card either in our situation. Savage Knuckleblades. Got the red mana? No. All right, we got the 4th mana. If I attack into that, they gonna block. Savage Knuckleblades a beaten. I'm just gonna have to use my Weave Fate here, and maybe I can get an opportunity to Jeskai Charm it if I draw red. This is a very powerful card. It's one of the biggest reasons to move into Teamers. You see something like this. Yep. If I don't draw red, I'm assuming I'm gonna die. Yeah. You can do all that. It's fine. Into Warname Aspirant. That's another good one. Alright, fire off the Weave Fate. So this is a 3/2. Alright, we did draw the red. Nice. So this turn, I think I like going attack. If they block, sure, but I don't think they will block. And then play Mardu Horde Chief, keeping a force away. They can't use the blue or red ability here, so I could go Jeskai Charm to kill it. I'll go for that attack first. I'm gauging if they have interaction. Doesn't seem like they do. Probably better to get on board. Sure. Alright, so we're intending to use Force Away here. Fine to just put Horde Chief on Aspirant as well. Just get +2/+2. That was on the play, right? So they didn't miss a land drop yet? Or they ramped ahead, actually, so they did miss a land drop, right? Yeah, because they played this with 4 mana. Okay, so opponent did miss a land, which does mean they're on 6 spells in their hand, but we can leverage some of the tempo cards in our hand. We'll be okay. Let's see what the attack looks like. Yep. Sure. Awaken the Burr. Dragon's Grip. Okay. Change creature +2/+2 and has first strike. Sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just force away that. And then, yeah, we'll probably just Jeskai Charm, Knuckleblade. Take the hit. Water Whirl's going to be nice at some point. So Jeskai Charm, I cannot play another spell, though. Attack. Honestly, though, I'm just going to do that instead. If I draw a 6th land, I've got Water Whirl up, and that's just going to set back both their creatures. Maybe they play 2 creatures this turn. But Water Whirl should be pretty nasty. I could also go for like the Jeskai Charm +1 and lifelink mode. Sure. Taking it. Down to 9. Life total's getting a little threatened. You gotta watch out for Become Immense. So he's a +6 out of nowhere. So I guess my best draw is just land number 6. Ooh. A lot of war names. Okay. That is land number 6. It's not red, though, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I am just gonna Water Whirl. It would cost them 4 mana to play that. Could also just go Winter Flame next turn. Attack, attack, attack. Winter Flame. Tap. I'm not worried about a counter spell. I've got a lot of different options here. Problem with Water Whirls, I'm wondering what I could die to. 3, they could replay this and give it haste. That would be 7. Can they find 2 extra damage on 2 mana? They could if they have a Savage Punch specifically. They would have to untap land and Savage Punch. Alright, I'm gonna Water Whirl. I'm just gonna swing out and assume I'm not dying. I could leave back a 1/1. Can't block this, but it could block Nux. They probably have to block here anyway. Or they're probably going to block, I should say. 6, 7. Put my opponent down to 6. Alright. Can they go land, haste, Become Immense? No. So I don't think I can die this turn. They could just replay the 2 creatures we know about, but Winter Flame deals with that. This also probably just wins through that. Because this is, yeah. Active Treason. Okay. That's something to watch out for. Look, as much as I just hate Active Treason, I always talk about, there's nothing I can die to here, right? Become Immense +6. That's 8. Sure. If you have Become Immense, show it to me. Yeah, as much as I rail on Active Treason in this format, it's a card I die to a lot because, it can win games, but you just shouldn't play it that often. It's a fine... It is a filler card. It is not 100% unplayable. It can win you a game. And had my opponent drawn more mana, maybe would have won them this game. Ooh, we are delving? We're delving for Hoodin Mandrills? Sure. Yeah, so I don't have to show them any more cards here. Whatever they block, I will give +3/+0. Cool. Alright, so a couple big boys, a couple big ones. Does make my Whirlwind Adept. It makes these Bell Strikes way better. And Mystic of the Hidden Way looking a little dinky. Horde Mate can come out. I just don't want to tap 4 for that. I could probably just cut the second Horde Mate, honestly. Mystic of the Hidden Way does not seem necessary. Crippling Chill's not bad against big creatures. Whirlwind Adept, fine. Okay, still banking on a single Horde Mate here. I don't know that we've played a 2-drop on turn 2 yet, though. But that's okay. And game 2. Opponent did not put me on the play. Extremely rude. This is a good hand if I draw any lands. I have 2-drops. Opponent takes a mole. That's nice. Yeah, I've got multiple 2-drops, so I've got stuff to play even if I brick on land. And if I draw land, Winter Flame into Weave Fate should keep the game going in my favor. I do need to draw specifically blue or red. Thank you. I'm drawing well. I'm drawing well enough. They play an Embodiment of Spring. That can ramp them, but I'm also okay with it. I guess Singing Bellstrike is not good specifically against Savage Knuckleblade, because Knuckleblade can bounce itself back to your hand for way less than 6 mana. Then you just replay it. Gonna crack that Embodiment. So I don't have a great answer to specifically a Savage Knuckleblade here. And let's play the red. Let's go ahead and get... this one hits better if they just play like a Morph. Alright, go get that red mana. So barring exactly Mountain Knuckleblade, I feel okay. Alright, that means no Hasty Knucks. Okay, don't mind that one at all. Into an Aspirant. Oh, Tuskguard Captain, that is a good one. Doesn't mean I'm not attacking this turn. But haven't drawn my 4th land either, but we've got some good tempo plays here. They've spent a lot of mana and cards on Embodiment of Springs, which means they'll have a lot of mana, but they'll be hurting for cards, presumably. Bellstrike, not bad against Tuskguard Captain. Their deck looks okay. I mean, I don't think I'd ever play more than one Embodiment of Spring unless I was doing a multicolor thing, but they have a Hoodin Mandrill, so they could be using it to delve. We don't know. Okay, sacking at sorcery speed. And are we charging up Tuskguard Captain? Are we attacking with Tuskguard Captain? If they attack, I assume they're going to play a Warname Aspirant. Alright, Smoke Teller's fine. Not blocking Tuskguard. You got it. Alright, Torment and Voice. Is that going to have to be my play to try and find lands? Man, if I don't draw a land off that, though, that's pretty bad. Fine, putting a 2-drop. If I do it, I should do it pre-combat. Discard Jeskai Student. I do want to get a 2-drop in my graveyard. I do want to hit land drops. I'm going to discard Jeskai. No, Jeskai Student's pretty good. Just discard the Singing Bellstrike here. Okay, we drew a land, so not the worst in the world. And now I will present to you an attack. If you wish to trade for Leaping Master, I'm happy with it. And if you don't, I'm happy with that. Basically, the best that can do for my opponent is get them closer to a cheaper Hoodin Mandrills. Alright, go ahead. This is the... Once your opponents are on 5 or 6 mana, that's when the big plays start happening. Though my opponent's play last turn wasn't super crazy. They don't seem to have any lands in hand. Hey, Nux is back. Alright. Nux is back, but Nux is also vulnerable to a Jeskai Charm. Stubborn Denial. Oh, they have Stubborn Denial, though. Yeah, I'm just going to do this while I can for... Oh, right, never mind. Jeskai Charm doesn't do that. That is not what Jeskai Charm does. I could just put it back on top of their library. Attack for 5. Could Weave Fate. Try to hit more lands to get to a double spell turn. There are options here. Could Cripple and Chill as well. Thing is, this deals 4 to my opponent at some point. Alright, I'm going to Cripple and Chill and just try to race him here. So the plan is Winter Flame down your next set of plays. They could bounce this and replay it. That doesn't do anything. It's really going to come down to what their next couple plays are. Because I only need to get a couple more hits in. Let's see what happens, though. Alright, here comes the Delve spell. Yeah, cheap Hoot and Mandrills. It's going to put the pressure on. Keeping up a bunch of blue. Sure. I assume I'm getting hit for 3. That only hits creatures. Sure. Alright, taking it. Alright, another land's not the worst. So what's the plan here? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 14, 15. So they can double pump that, so that's not going to work. So basically what I can't do is go Winter Flame, attack, pass turn, do nothing else. I can attack for 2 in the air, put you down to 10. That's not going to be good enough either. I don't think I'm going to win this game, unfortunately. I guess attack for 2, put you down to 10, play another Wind Scout. Then if I go Jeskai Charm, chumping with this, yeah, that might be my best bet. Alright, attack with this. So I'm going to hope to draw another untapped land off the top so I can go Wind Scout, attack for 4, give them +1/+1 in lifelink, which will be 8, and then Winter Flame for the other prowess trigger. So I have to block Knuckleblade here. Could also just die this turn. And yeah, I guess... Oh, Active Treason? Sure. So that's still lethal, right? So they have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I don't block Knuckleblade, they pump it. No, Knuckleblade doesn't trample. I forgot they had Active Treason. I'm going to forget in Game 3, too. We go to Game 3, but I do have an out here, potentially. Okay, block there. Yeah. And then I have to basically draw an untapped land. Taking 9 here. There's no reason for them to use Knuckleblade here. Ouch. Does that keep me alive for another turn, though? What if I just use the Jeskai Charm mode to gain life? That gains me 8, puts me up to 14. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that doesn't work. Not good. Not good. Deal 4 to you. Oh, that does it though, right? I deal 4 to them, I attack them for 6. Okay, that's gonna be the best bet. I mean, hopefully they don't have like a cripple and chill or something. I mean, yeah, they're getting priority for Knuckle Blades. I don't think they have anything in the hand, but if they do, this should do it. You got him? Yeah. Alright, well, we almost threw that game. So I was thinking, yeah, anyway, you heard my train of thought. You can stop screaming. I figured out how to get lethal there. Close game, very close game. I wonder if I had lethal the turn before then. Probably not. It does put us in the finals here. We've played against a good little Sultai Splash White. We played against Teamer, so it's only appropriate that we play against like the Nuts Mardu deck or something. I will play first, and I have a good hand. It's a draw spell away from being a great hand or a good 3-drop or something. Opponent said hello. People only say hello when they have busted hands. I don't mind defeat. Hopefully that comes in handy later on down the line. Alright, I don't know what this is. No idea what that is, man. It'd be really good to have a morph here, though. Suppose I don't mind stocking up my hand. Alright, yeah, we're on 4-color, Mardu Splash Blue or something. I don't know. Great turn to play a morph or a Leaf Fade or something. They're going to be on just, like, insane spells because they're just 4-color everything. They've got all the colors represented. There's Sultai Flare. It's pretty good. High Spire Mantis is also pretty good. I'll go ahead and just play it and pass. Hopefully they leave it alone for a turn so I can Feat of Resistance it. I don't love the idea of using Ride Down on Sultai Flare since they just gain the 4 life when it dies. But if that's what I gotta do. Abzan Banner, sure. Into Morph? Morph would be great. I could just Winter Flame and get an attack in. Oh, wait, that's weird. Sure. That's interesting, actually. I don't think I want to feed it now. I just Winter Flame here, attack for 3. And can't play around anything. They could have literally anything, so. Though if I'm just going to hold up Water World. They hit me for 3, and hopefully I can just bounce 2 good creatures here and get a nice little tempo hit off of them. But of course, with this setup, they could have... Who knows? Let's go Water Whirl. Bounce a Reno. Alright, more land, not what we want. Yeah, I'm going to try to push damage here. Hit him for 6 this turn. And then hopefully their plan is to go like Flare plus Morph, and I Winter Flame down, get another good attack in. Or just play it face up. Ooh, they have Feat of Resistance then? Savage Punch would be insane. Yeah, Savage Punch would just win them the game right now. Wait. Tormenting Voice. How good is that? If I think they have feet, I can't really go for the play I want to go for. Huh. I could just hit them for 6 in the air, and then, yeah, I just really hope they don't have Feat of Resistance, so I can tap their thing down. Hit them for 4, put them down to 6, they gain 4 up to 8. And then we try to push through their other creatures. Okay. I really don't want to discard either of these spells in my hand. Oh, it did not look like they had feet up there. It's on 9 mana. No big deal. Let this hit me? Question mark. I hate it, but yeah, let it hit me. You go up to 8. Just play some blockers. Just play a bunch of blockers out. That's all I need. Ah, Savage. Are they set post combat Savage Punch? Hooded Hydra. When it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, well, we don't have lethal, but we're okay. Why I thought I had lethal. Of course I don't have lethal. Alright, 4. Play this. And just Winter Flame. I'm taking them off of Feat of Resistance, given that they didn't get priority during my last turn when I attacked them. Hooded Hydra is a hell of a card. I mean, they have good cards. Just looks like Abzan. Alright, I'm gonna attempt a Winter Flame here. Otherwise, we're just bouncing damage. Tap this, deal 2 to that, see what happens. Just gotta stop the lifelink. Alright, so now High Spire Mantis is their problem. I'm not gonna block that. Man, if they have Sweeper, Dune Blast, or End Hostilities, which is very feasible, it's one of the reasons you might end up doing a big multicolor pile. But so far, they just look like Abzan splashing like all the other colors. Okay, we got a Sultai Flayer. Just play another blocker. Don't have an instant. Play another blocker. Yeah. Alright, they just didn't have an answer for High Spire Mantis. Alright, I like the Bell Strikes again. I like the Crippling Chill. Cancel's probably not even that bad, given the way my opponent was playing. A bunch of expensive spells, though they do have Morphs, which makes it a lot worse, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, so those are the only things I think I'm interested in bringing in. Maybe the Whirlwind Adept again. Pushes through some of the creatures, but let's not do that. And let's take out Hordemate. Probably just the other Hordemate, honestly. They're playing a big blocker game. Jeskai Student looks way worse. Just do something like that. Bring in another Crippling Chill. Yeah, just try to beat him on tempo. Could bring in another beater here. So maybe I'll do that on the play. Drop a Singing Bell Strike. No, let's go ahead and bring in Whirlwind Adept. That one pushes a lot of damage if you get like the Water Whirl turn or something like that. So, Hooded Hydra. That's a good one to know about. Abzan Guide, obviously one of the better morphs you can flip up if your opponent's racing you. Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? why not? Yep. I bet this person was in my pod and just took all the mana fixing. Jund. Highland Game, sure. Alright, we've drawn poorly. I'm not going to use a Singing Bell Strike on that. It might kill me, it's going to deal 10 damage to me, but I'm just not going to use a Singing Bell Strike on it. Sure. Ouch. Alright, there's that Water Whirl. Go and throw that on this. Whatever it may be. They just curve out on me. Be kind of sick. Got another morph. Got an Abzan banner, sure. I'll play the Scourge of the last game here. Ye old High Spire Mantis. My opponent starts playing some 6-drops. Drawing 8 lands in the top 10 cards does not feel good. That also feels awful. But I could draw a Winter Flame or a Leaping Master. Sure. Alright, this feels like we are going to lose pretty hard. Well, maybe if my opponent's last 2 cards are just land. That should block there. You can gain your life. Yeah, this person was in our pod. That's a good one if I can find the time to get it down. Oh, I should have played it pre-combat. You know what? Let's Waterworld this turn. Yeah, because this can just straight up block Abzan Guide. Let's bounce. They could replay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they have a land, they could replay them with the Guide as a morph. Okay, or just play that face up. I'm cool with that. Land. Yeah, maybe if their last card didn't stop. Alright, this is going 1, 2, 3. I can't do a surprise flip, so we're just going to attack for 6 and hope my 4/3 first striker is good enough. Will it be good enough? Probably not. Bell Strike's okay, sure. That gets him a hit in. I mean, it works. I can't race the lifelinker, unfortunately. They're out of cards. I mean, they've got the Abzan Duder. Jeez, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'm not gonna block Ivory Tusk Fortress. It's been a rough draw. I have seen four spells from myself. Response. Okay, they drew something off the top. Alright, Utter End. Yep, they were in my pod. Why are they splashing all these colors if they just got all the Abzan stuff? Alright, I didn't do anything that game. I drew 4 spells. The second Bell Strike does look a lot better now. Yeah, 15 cards and 4 of them were things that did anything, so that's pretty bad, I would say. But I do feel pretty good about things if I get ahead of them. Still don't really feel like I need that second Singing Bell Strike. Alright, we'll run it back. Make it exciting for the viewers, right? My opponent's sideboarded? what could you be sideboarded? So my opponent is the one who's responsible for stealing all the lands out of the draft, which can be a strategy. That can definitely be a strategy, and some people lean towards that very heavily. That being said, I don't know that I saw any Jeskai lands from them anyway, so I'm not sure they took my lands. But this is the type, if I curve out, I feel very good about this, right? Because I have so many good tempo plays against them playing 5 drops and 6 drops and stuff like that. I just need a functional opening hand. Some interaction, obviously. Basically, I just need to draw spells. Man. I'll keep and die to that Highland game that they've got. Maybe I shouldn't keep a hand like this, but all my colors, that's hard to throw back. Ride Down is kind of like a mulligan, but if I mulligan this into like a 2-lander, I just can't win anyway, so. We'll just high roll into some creatures, hopefully. I've got tons of 3-drops in my deck. Any of those would be fine. Yeah, the stupid Highland game. The problem with the Highland game is my opponent's gonna... my opponent's cards that matter are their late game threats, and I'm gonna have to deal with that stupid Highland game. Teamer Banner. So am I just Winter Flaming that? No. Not gonna Winter Flame that. Oof. Not drawing a threat is bad. Not drawing a threat is real bad. Yep. And they're gonna play a 5-drop now. They have multiple banners in their deck. I can't believe I'm gonna lose to that. I mean, good on you. Tap it down. Alright, we drew a creature. We drew a creature. Is it a good one? No. It is a creature. Yeah, I need the same thing to happen again, where my opponent just doesn't have doesn't have spells. What you got? Sure. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna hit you for 2. And I'm gonna play another land, because I've drawn 8 of those. And I'll Bell Strike this thing. And pass. Meanwhile, Highland Game has dealt, 6 million damage to me. Zultai Fire. Oh my god, game, come on. They can start just paying. This is where the whatchamacallit gets really bad. I don't think I have a way to get ahead in this game now. Yeah, obviously you do that. We go tap tap. Tap that back down. I should actually tap this because that one's gonna tap itself naturally. Oh, I did it backwards. Did I just tilt go backwards? Alright, well, it didn't matter. My god, I drew, again, 4 spells. 4 spells in the top 15 cards of my library. I mean, I kept a 5-lander. What are you going to do, you know? I think if you put my average draw against my opponent's average draw, I feel like I'm pretty good against that deck. I've just got a lot of tempo plays. If they're tapping out for 5 drops and stuff, I just need to get some early creatures out. But, yeah, I mean, we definitely got hosed in that last one, too. A deck that did things. It played lands and played creatures. But I think our game 1 against that opponent was probably our more average game 1. I mean, I didn't have a way to prevent the flood, unfortunately. I just didn't draw anything to strategically do anything. And I don't think my Winter Flame mess up there at the end really mattered. I drew another land off the top. So I think this deck was good, and I just had some bad draws against my last round opponent. That's fine. That happens. The Horde mates, not great. You can see I had to, like, take these cards as premium cards in the pack. If I didn't do that, like if I had taken the Jeskai Elder over Swiftwater Cliffs, I would have had just 1 less mana fixer. And it's because of people like my last round opponent who go into cons drafts just saying, I'm going to take land, and then try to take all the good cards in the last pack. And it kind of worked out for them. They got a lot of the Abzan stuff passed to them and managed to pick it up. I think this deck was quite good and just didn't get there in the last round, but played well enough. Most of my draws were actually quite good, but the important thing is we are now rare complete on Khans of Tarkir, which is all that mattered. In fact, let's go look at let's go celebrate with the, where's my symbol? Here it is. Wait a second. Oh, I have to open the packs. Here you go. For you guys, we're gonna open some packs. I was gonna save. It's all mythic wild cards. Hardened Scales, beautiful. All right, back to set collection. There you go. We're rare complete. Not mythic rare complete. Who cares? Also, I guess I'm rare complete before uncommon complete, which is weird. Anyway, that's going to go ahead and do it for this draft. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, got hosed in that last round, but we played well, and our deck did pretty good things, and I think we drafted our seat well enough, even though I'll have to go back and look at the draft because it looked like Black-White Warriors was just super, super open, and I'm not sure what my avenue to move into that was, aside from just slamming Mardu cards in that first pack, which is not how I like to draft cons. So that's going to be it for cons. I love you, cons. I'm rare complete, so I'm going to probably be playing some other stuff, but I had a nice little time revisiting this on Arena with my modern, card sensibility. So anyway, if you want to see more like this, if you want to come get on some cube action, you can do that by following the links down below in the description to our Discord, where we organize our Wednesday and Sunday night and Sunday morning drafts, and occasionally Friday night drafts. A lot of people have been playing a lot of different cubes across our server. Super happy to have everybody there. Check it out. If you want to see more draft videos like this, let me know, and I'll find the time to do them. And, of course, go find our podcast, The Jank Tank. Episode 11 recently went up, and we had a fun little discussion about all of those alternative cubes in our community. Anyway, enough rambling. Thanks for watching. My name's Timothy with JankDiverTim. See y'all next time.